Hey there, it's me again. Grey Man channel. It's gonna be carrying on doing a lot more sort of geeky stuff and a lot more metal stuff on my channel to try and get some more people interested. I thought it might be interesting to people to see an A to Z of my vinyl. I don't collect vinyl anymore. I've got a load of old vinyl from back in the day when I was first buying music, because back in the day when I was just a wee sprig of a lad, it was all vinyl. So I thought, that's it. I'll just do a video showing you what vinyl I've got in case anyone's interested who wants to talk about any of this stuff. So it's all alphabetized. What's the word? It's all in alphabetical order upstairs on my shelves, unlike my CDs, which are in a complete mess. So starting off, Absu, bit of black metal. How long was this? Early 90s, wasn't it? I think this was their first one. Barathum Vitriol. It's just rolls off the tongue, that name. I did like that. It was a pretty cool album as well. You see, what's his name, the singer? Proscriptor. Oh, it's probably on here somewhere. Proscriptor somebody or other. Yeah, I can't remember. That's it. Absu. Pretty cool American black metal stuff. Right, then this is Accuser. Classic German thrash. They changed their style, late 90s, they changed their style a bit. I've heard they've gone a bit back. I'm not sure if they've gone back to the old style again, but I've heard that their most recent album was supposed to be pretty cool, but I've not actually heard that one yet. But anyway, this is old school. This is old, like mid to late 80s rather. I've got a few of their stuff. So I've got Accuser, that's the Conviction, that first one. Then we've got Experimental Errors, that's a classic. Okay, classic cover. We might have a little bit of flash from the light on there. Sorry about that. But that's an awesome looking robot. It looks like Ultron. It looks like Ultron from the Avengers movie and the comics, of course. Carrying on with Accuser. Who dominates who? And again, you got the Ultron looking robot there. Kind of became a little bit of a symbol for a while. Didn't catch on like Vic from Megadeth or Eddie from Iron Maiden. But you know, if they carried on putting him on their covers, maybe he would have caught on. It's definitely caught on, isn't it? Right, so this one here is one of my earliest albums. The only AC/DC album I ever owned. I got this the same time. I got a Judas Priest album. No, it wasn't Judas. Motorhead album I got the same time, plus an Anthrax album. What was the other one? It might have been Judas Priest. But I veered towards the heavier side anyway, the faster heavier side. This is the only AC/DC album I ever owned. And to be honest, I'm not an AC/DC fan. A lot of the old hard rock, never really got into it. I had you'll see later on, I've got two Judas Priest albums, and to be honest, one of them they even played, I don't think, but it's still sitting up there in my collection. So there's AC/DC Fly on the Wall. If you heard one AC/DC album, you've heard them all as far as I'm concerned. Oh, seems to have got a bit out of order here. We've got back to Accuser again. This is a good time for me to put them all back in order. That's the Repent album by Accuser. There we go. It's got a track on it called Metal Machine Music. And I'm wondering if that's... I was listening to someone's radio show online the other day, and they played a song called Metal Machine Music by Die Krupps. And it made me wonder if that was a cover of this song, or this was a cover of that song, because they did sound quite similar. But I wonder if this may be the cover, maybe the Accuser covered Die Krupps. I don't know, I might have to look into that later on. Right, let's see, we've got AC/DC comes after Accuser, doesn't it? Right, Anacrusis. Anacrusis were a pretty decent band. Suffering Hours is a good album. 1988 this came out. I saw these guys supporting Death on tour. I think it was at the LA2 in London. Right, now this next album, one of my faves from back in the day. I used to love a compilation. You'd find new bands on there, especially when you're first getting into music. You'd find new bands you'd not heard before. And some of the bands on here I really ended up loving. To be honest, I kind of wish I got more stuff by the bands on here. One of the ones I've got, Treason, they were a pretty cool band. Sniper, I loved that band. Warp Speed, I love that band as well. I'm going to tell you about this as well, because there's a new thrash album coming out. I think it's a 5 CD box or something like that, plus a book about UK thrash history by Ian Glasper. He's done a few other books to do with hardcore and stuff. He's been in a few bands himself, I can't remember what they're called, all kind of hardcore style bands. But he's just brought out like a 5 CD, basically a celebration of UK thrash from back in the day, and I think some modern stuff on there as well. And the Warp Speed track that's on there, you had to actually get it from me, because the band themselves don't have their own tracks. So I've got the 2 demos, and I was able to send them the track Overcast, and yeah, jolly good stuff. Now, one of the tracks, The Nothing Room by Warp Speed, I realised in my own band, Suffering, I used the word nothing in 2 of my songs, and I think it was because of this band, The Nothing Room, and also we actually had a track that we was working on called Overcast, which was the name of a track of a Warp Speed track, so I'm pretty sure they must have influenced me quite a lot. And that Sniper, bloody good band. And it was the first time I ever got mentioned on a thanks list. Was on that Sniper demo that came out, because I was writing to them, and then he said, "Oh yeah, check out the thing." He said, "My theme was on there, great thing." I said, "Oh my god!" And that was kind of like the birth of a love for the underground that has never died. Apparently, I'm on the thanks list for this new 5 CD thing as well, because I sent them the Warp Speed track. So that's a nice little circular thing there. But anyway, Acid Effect, they were pretty cool thrash. They were kind of like the second wave, maybe third wave, I don't know, of thrash. They kind of lost out a bit. I think they got to a fairly good label, Road Racer Records, but I think they kind of were a bit late in the day, and they were signing up a lot of bands in that time, and they didn't get much chance to really shine, because by then they were trying to move on to the next big thing, like grunge or whatever new crap was coming out, new metal or some rubbish. Yes, I've got a couple of Aquafet albums, so they're both bloody good stuff actually. Underrated, I'd say, those two bands. These 2 albums by this band, Aquafet. Right then, Acrostachon. They're another cool band. I can't remember, they're from Belgium or Switzerland. I think it could be Switzerland. They're kind of like a death metal band. I think a female singer as well. But yeah, I bought that. Never managed to get any of the other stuff. I'm not sure how long they went for, but they were a cool band to check out. Right now, this is another cool band. 2 albums here. I've got another one on CD actually. This is the Acid Drinkers from Poland. This came out on Under One Flag. Back in the day, anything on Under One Flag was to be picked up, and they had a little run of Polish bands. We had Acid Drinkers, we had Dragon, we had Turbo, a few Polish, and Wolf Spider. 4 Polish bands. They kind of brought out around the same time. And the 2 Acid Drinkers one, my dad bought this one for my birthday. My dad didn't know about heavy metal, but he just went into a shop and goes, "Oh, my son likes heavy metal. What do you recommend for Christmas or birthday, whatever it was?" And he gave him this one to buy. And I've loved them ever since. They're a bloody good band. I can't say I've got all their stuff. I've got 4 albums, I think. I've never got around to see them when they've played in London, but that's something hopefully maybe I'll get off my arse next time they play in London and go and check them out. Hopefully they play a lot of stuff off the Are You a Rebel and the Dirty Money, Dirty Tricks album, which they should do because they're bloody classics. Cool covers as well, don't you think so? Cool covers, man. Alright, now on to UK's finest thrash, Acid Rain. So we've got the Moshkinstein album. That's a very early album of mine I bought. So an EP really. One of the really early. When I first bought this, I was at the time I was only getting out of Iron Maiden. So Iron Maiden was my first band that I got into with heavy metal. And then this came along. I bought this. I think I bought the same. I thought Onslaught at the same time. Man of War album at the same time. And this was like, what the hell is this noise? To me, it just sounded like the guitar sounded so crunchy and like just. Wow, this is just hellish noise kind of thing. But it was hellish noise that soon grew on me. Anyway, and then we got the Fear album as well. That band I was telling you about, Warp Speed, I actually went to see Acid Rain went to play in Islington, and the Playboy in Islington, I don't know, 88 or something, but they did a lineup change in between this album, Moshkinstein, well this EP, Moshkinstein, which I loved. They had a breakup of a lineup, and so I went to see them thinking they were going to play. They never played, it was just Warp Speed. But I had a bloody good night anyway, and then after that, The Fear came out with the new lineup. So yeah, that's a little bit of my metal history, my metal memories. By Acheron. This is the same guy from. No, it's not actually, I thought it was. I was thinking it was the same guy from. Fuck it. My brain begins with an N. It's my favourite death metal band, practically, and I can't remember their name now. Oh my god, I really am getting to see now. I can like, the Key, you know that band. I can't remember. I thought it was him for some reason, but it's not. I was just thinking my memory was doing me quite well, and then he went to crap. Nocturnus, you knew who he was, didn't you? Oh, Acid Rain, there's another Acid Rain, so they're out of order again. So we've got 2 more Acid Rains. Someone's been getting Obnoxious. I think that was practically the last one. And they had this one, which was the worst of Acid Rain. It was kind of like a goodbye album, this one, before they reformed again. I've not actually seen them since they reformed. Only H is there from that lineup. I did see them on this tour though, and this guy from Vic and Reeves, I can't remember what his name was, but I never actually saw him on the TV. Apparently he was on the TV, and he was quite funny, but he was there on stage doing silly things, but he was alright. But yeah, so that's the Aston Villa. Then we had this one, Mike Browning. For some reason I thought this was Mike Browning's band from Nocturnus, but it's Vincent Crowley. Yeah, he's not much of a Satanist, is he? In fact, I think all of this is satanic, kind of like invocations practically. There's an invocation at the start of every song, as far as I recall. Right. Speed metal from down under. Addictive. Can't say I've got much memory about this album. Just a reasonable thrasher as far as I recall, but nothing that really sticks in my brain. Right, then these two are kind of like a punky hardcore. I suppose when I first got into music, I checked out a bit of hardcore. There's a label called Hawker Records. I checked out a few of their stuff. Had some decent stuff on it. But this band is a kind of like I think I bought them in a second-hand record shop. This one first of all I bought because it's got such a crazy name. It's Adrenaline OD, Cruising with Elvis in Bigfoot's UFO. It's a classic. I think that's the second album. Then before that one, when I picked up this one, is it Humongous Fungus Among Us? Yeah, Humongous Fungus Among Us was the first album, but I picked it up after I'd already had the Cruising with Elvis in Bigfoot's UFO. They're kind of like punky, hardcore, crazy. They're cool stuff though. Check them out. You get a chance. A bit of a laugh. Like Agent Steel. Can't beat a bit of Agent Steel, some quality speed, thrash metal. That's another thing with me. When I was getting into metal, I was kind of in a vacuum of my own, so I didn't understand, I didn't even know. I thought speed metal and thrash metal were just two names for the same thing, to be honest. I didn't really realise it. But yeah, never mind. Aggressor, quality French death metal. I think they're still going. They've had loads of albums out of it. So this was more of a kind of thrash death. They got a bit more sort of straight death metal later on. I think this is their first album, A Never Ending Destiny. But it's got some cool artwork, some interesting artwork. And yeah, they've got some great albums that Aggressor have. Right, UK thrash band. I think these guys came up. This is quite interesting. This is going for a song. Only £1.99 for this album. £1.99. That's a bloody bargain. Anyone's money, innit? Sorry about the glare and the reflection on the. It's in a plastic wrap, that's why you can't see it so well. But this isn't a bad album. It's pretty decent. I got the idea that they came back recently as well. I think they've done a couple of gigs recently. It's a cool album cover as well. So a lot of these bands, you can probably check them out on YouTube. Do a search for them, and you probably find you can have a listen to them. Right, Anathema. Right, I've got a couple of Anathema here. I would say this was back in the day when they were good, when they were doom death rather than I don't know, pop punk, whatever the hell they are now. Yeah, basically, that's a band who've changed. I suppose you could say they've matured, whatever. To me, it's not a good maturation. It's not like cheese. Cheese and wine gets better with age. Bands don't tend to sometimes, especially when they change their style. Right, okay, Ancient Rites. This is the Belgian black metal band, Ancient Rites, isn't it? I believe it is. Yeah, I think this is the Belgian black metalers. These guys did a gig with us once when I was doing the. I think this is. I always get my bands confused, but I'm pretty sure these are the guys that come and play with us at the Brain Dead Club. Yeah, pretty damn sure. Ancient Rites did a gig with us at the Brain Dead Club on a Monday night one night with Adoria. No, a London black metal band who were pretty cool. Yeah, we had a bad night. Just about scraped the amount of money we were supposed to scrape. So we went to pay them £500 and we've made £507. So we gave 500 to the headline band and £7 to the fucking second band, who were not that happy, to be honest. But you know, such is life. We never made them a commitment of money. We just said whatever we can spare, we give to you, and we wasn't going to take it out of our own pocket because whatever. Such is life. Right, Anthrax, of course. Can't beat a bit of Anthrax. Fistful of Metal. Bloody good stuff. This is the first one that I got. Spreading the Disease. It's the first Anthrax album that I had. One of the early ones, actually, of my metal collection. Once I branched out from... like the AC/DC one I showed you earlier. As I branched out from Iron Maiden, I think one Christmas or something, I got Anthrax, Motorhead, AC/DC. I think the other one was Judas Priest. But yeah, Anthrax and Motorhead that I veered towards more because they were faster and thrashier. I remember as I was nearly 30 years ago today, Monsters of Rock, 20th of August 1988, as I was queuing up to go into the see Iron Maiden and Megadeth and Helloween and Dave Lee Roth and Kiss and Guns N' Roses. Monsters of Rock 1988, they were playing the track Madhouse outside in the queue. I remember that well. I remember queuing up going, it's a madhouse, and like I think you had to empty your glass bottles into a big plastic bottle so you could take it inside the venue with you, and then everyone would throw them in. It was a nightmare. Some more Anthrax, of course. Among the Living. State of Euphoria. I think that was the last good one they did, to be honest. After that, they lost their way. That John Bush came in. I wasn't bothered with anymore. I was probably more going into death metal by that time anyway. I don't even know why I've got this one for. Why the hell did I bother buying that? I'm the Man. I hate that track. Bloody rap and metal should not mix as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah, Persistence of Time. No, tell a lie. Persistence of Time was the last decent album they did. That's alright. That wasn't a bad album. It's because it got Ticking in My Head in it. Or was that on the one before? I can't remember. No. Yeah, no, that's on the one before. But yeah, that's not a bad album though. Persistence of Time. Right now, some Canadian thrash. Some awesome Canadian thrash. I remember seeing Annihilator. 89, I think it was, at the Astoria with Onslaught and Horse London, who were rubbish but always seemed to get on bills for some reason. But Onslaught and Annihilator, fucking good night they were. Bloody good night. Yeah, another Annihilator, Never Neverland. They're still going, still pretty cool. I can't say I buy their stuff regularly, but I've got a couple of CDs of theirs as well. And what I hear of their recent stuff is okay, but I think the first two are definitely the best. The first one especially. Oh, there you go. I've got another one here. Annihilator, Set the World on Fire. So yeah, I've got a few Annihilators. Okay, next up we've got another. This is a German thrash band, Apocalypse. Pretty decent. I can't say I recall it that well. But at the moment, I've not really been playing in my vinyl for ages. My room upstairs, where I keep my record player, it's a bit of a hard position to get into. So what I might do is I'll try and clear it out and start listening to my vinyl again, because, you know, what's the point of it just sitting up there gathering dust? Or I might start. What happened at one point, I converted all my vinyl and all my demo tapes to MP3s, and then I dropped my external hard drive about 1 inch onto a carpeted floor. Nice soft landing, but fucked it basically. But there you go, such is life. Right, another cool band, Asphyx. Is it Asphyx? Asphyxia. Haha, not Asphyx, I'm getting myself confused there. Asphyxia. Now, am I getting these guys mixed up with the band that I showed you a minute ago? I can't remember. I think these were a UK thrash band as well, but I can't remember now. These might be the guys who've recently come back. I can't recall. Or this, I'm not even sure where these guys are from. They might be Belgium. They've got a Belgian label called Rumble Records. So it's another Exit Reality. Asphyxia. Now I think that was the UK. What was that one I saw earlier on that I said I thought they may have recently reformed? Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, Amnesia. Was it Amnesia or Asphyxia I've seen that recently got back together again? And are they both UK thrash bands or not? I can't really remember. Anyway, let's just move on looking through. Atheist. Can't beat a bit of Atheist. I think actually you can beat it when they started getting too jazzy. When they started getting too jazzy, it was like, oh yeah, okay. And I think this is where they, elements. It's just like it's a bit too much wankery going. You know, it's good stuff if you can do it. I can't play a fucking thing, so I can't really say nothing. But it got less death metal and more farty jazz music, which wasn't that much fun. Is that my t-shirt, by the way? I'm trying to hold my breath in because this is an old shirt from Clash of the Titans. Was it 90 or something? 91? I can't remember. The Clash of the Titans with Suicidal Tendencies. This is the oh god, can't remember the album now. But it's that tour. I've only read the back. I've really got I read the back, but it says on the back what the tour is, and I can't remember what it says now. It's not Lights Camera Revolution. It's oh, I don't care. Whatever. Let's just try not to remember things. Right. Atrocity, cool German death metal. Assaulted Heap. They're an interesting one. I think I can't remember if they were Swedish or Czechoslovakian or something like that. Not a bad album, but say not super memorable. Right. Atrophy. These guys are a bit like Aquafet. In fact, they kind of came in the second or third wave of thrash. And they were pretty decent, but they kind of got they were a bit late in the game to get the attention they deserve, possibly. Right, then we got some At the Gates. At the Gates, Terminal Spirit Disease. And these are out of order, I think. The Red in the Sky is Ours came before that. I'm sure it comes before. Hello, my screen got a bit funny there. Yeah, my battery's getting a bit low on my camera. Let's see if I can get through all the A's. What I'm going to do it every Monday. I'll do like an A to Z of my albums if you're interested. So next Monday I would do the B's and then the C's, and maybe when I might put a few together. Autopsy, bloody death metal awesomeness. Severed Survival. Not the this is the second cover, isn't it? There was a cover before this where the guy's getting to pieces. I think this is this was like a replacement cover. And of course Mental Funeral, bloody classic art on that one. Really, really good art. Good logo as well. Yeah, I think this is a single or a little EP, Retribution for the Dead. Get towards the end now, yeah. Acts of the Unspeakable. Again, this used to be a much larger picture, didn't it? This has been cut down. I think the larger picture was censored, probably. Is it on the inside of the gatefold? No, yeah, I think it's a little bit more on the inside of the gatefold. So it's not bad. I'm not sure how collectible that is. A gatefold Autopsy album from Peacefield. I don't know. Right, then finally, for the A's of my collection, we have these guys from the UK, Axe Grinder. I was actually, my mate Rob was posting on the other day that he just bought this album, Axe Grinder, and I was trying to remember the name of the tracks. Hellstorm was the other one I was looking at, because the first side, Hellstorm and A Life Chain, both really cool tracks, kind of like a crusty death, like, yeah, slow grind, I'm not sure. This is another gatefold. Not bad looking picture there. Anyway, that's the A from my A to Z of my vinyl. Yeah. Join me next Monday when I'll go for the B's. If you've got any comments, leave them down below in the comment box. And yeah, any questions or anything like that, and I'll get back to you on the comments, okay? Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.